Hey Slim, today is Sunday, September 17th, and I am back at the beach. Today is the day after Hurricane Lee, Tropical Storm Lee, Post-Tropical Storm Lee, Tropical Depression Lee, whatever it turns out to be. Went by, it didn't hit us, so that's, fantastic. Went up and hit Nova Scotia. See, like storms like that, when they got up into our waters here, they lose what's tropical about them. The ocean's not hot here, so it doesn't turn them into that eye wall kind of storm where if you hit with the eye wall, that's what really matters. That's why there's a track. But when it gets up here, it kind of shares all that energy with a larger area, so we don't get hit with super hurricane eye wall. Sorry about that kind of stuff. But it's shared instead with the larger group. But it was still passed far enough out to sea that it didn't really affect most of southern New England too bad. That's why I didn't do a run up of videos to my house and all that kind of stuff. Very important because I didn't obviously put my flimsy plastic Adirondack chairs in the shed, and that was it. And then I mowed the lawn yesterday. That's what I did. I was actually sitting down there to take this video, but the waves are coming in. So I actually came to the beach today because it's probably the last chance of the season that I'm going to get to. It's a beautiful day. It's supposed to be about 80 degrees, but I'll believe when I see it. It's a little chilly. But it's beautiful, it's sunny, it's warm, and there's no crowds because the kids are back to school and all that stuff. Then, sorry, someone just went by. And then, on top of that, I wanted to see what had happened to the beach from the heavy surf yesterday. And at first I was like, oh, I've arrived too late. The tide has already come into my street, so it's about 11:15 as I'm recording this, and the high tide is about 1:45, so 1, 2, 3 hours. And I was expecting the tide to be out further and be able to see those scalloping of the beach, but instead what ended up happening was that the beach has smoothed out, so all of the little sandbar and little inlets in the sand, all the little carved channels that had formed during the summer are all just gone. Which wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting to see something more dramatic, but instead what happened was it's just nothing. It's just smooth and flat, and all the interesting bits are now gone. I did notice that on the other side of the beach, on the other end, where there are rocks like this, there are some natural stones. It's not piled up boulders like this. The sand is carved away a little bit. So in terms of things that don't move, I guess the beach lost a little sand in that spot. But it's hard to say. Sorry. I'm trying to deal with the shaky arm, shaky hand, while also showing the sea behind me. And all I can see in the screen right now is the reflection. It's very strange. It's like a ghost of I can see myself on the screen, but then this reflection of what's out there. It's very trippy. So I'll be here until high tide and see what happens there. So this yes, it's there's a lot of splashes going on behind me, but that's just because that's where the tide is right now, just hitting these rocks. I'm at the entrance to the harbor, so there's all these rocks protecting the inlet. But it's interesting, the waves aren't bigger as they're crashing than normal. But as I was walking down the beach, I found that the water was rushing in faster, so it was suddenly very deep sometimes. And then the water would, just like this, it would rush in, and then it would all rush out again. And that's what the undertow and the rip current are all about. So it just happened quickly without really any warning that, it's about the sequence of waves, whether there's a wave going out and in, and whether they crash together or whether they add up against each other. Blah, 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 blah. People talking about rip currents when no goes to the beach now, the season's over. My hair is doing wonderful things. I'm doing that. So, aside from that, at work, sorry, I think I'm going to make a dash for me if I have to. So, work-wise, we're into the finals, really, for the implementation is at its end. Things are going to start changing over in the next couple of weeks, so it's going to be very tense and very fast, and I don't know how stressed I'm going to be, to be honest. I don't know what's going to happen. So it could be heck. I might not vlog about it. I might vlog every night. Who knows how that kind of stuff goes. My mom and I came down here a few weeks ago. I didn't post anything about it because it didn't even cross my mind. But she's actually going to Portugal next week. She and my aunt are gonna, and a bunch of their friends are gonna take a river cruise from Porto, Portugal, up into, sorry, I'm just checking the water levels, into Spain. So that'll be interesting for them. I just need to know if I need to pick them up or anything like that. And I don't know. I just need the dates, My aunt will post about it. In terms of, I'm going to Roanoke in October, Roanoke, Virginia. So that's a drive down, and then a couple days down there and a drive back. Still planning on that. It'll happen when it happens. I guess I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I'm supposed to say, yes, I'm looking forward to it. Seeing some friends and all that stuff, but it just feels like a project right now. And I assume as I get closer, I'll be more excited. I'm getting a little tense. I'm worried about the splash, just the splash coming in and taking out my expensive cell phone. And maybe even the key fob in my pocket, which, I need to get back into the car and drive home. So I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you for watching. This has been Liam from Beast City.